All right, Cyclocross Magazine here with Ben Gomez Villafane, winner, 17-18, national champion. That last lap, how did you get your win?
Well, what I learned is that Scott got a flat, which is a really big bummer because it sucks to win over a competitor that's really fast when they have like a mechanical mistake. You know, if you would have had a crash, slipped out on a turn, that's something else. But, you know, I took advantage of it, you know, not knowing that he had that flat, but you know, maybe it could have been a different outcome for him, or it might have stayed the same.
But is that saying once you got the gap, you kind of realized that you had some space and it was go time?
Yeah. I mean, well, it was go time the whole time, man. I was so pinned. But yeah, once I heard that, I had like a 5 seconds or so, and it's like, okay, just dig a little deeper and we can, you know, get a little closer to securing it.
So you've had some experience in some close races. I remember at Derby City, you and Alex had a baller of a race. Do you think that gave you an advantage down the stretch here?
I mean, all the junior races, like Tim and Brad, they were all saying a lot of our races have been very similar to pack racing. You know, sometimes our race finishes comes to a sprint with 5 guys. So some of them had also like been wins from solo efforts. So it's kind of like knowing how to play your tactics right, but you know, if you need to muscle it, you got to know how to and play it right.
So finally, in that last lap, what was going through your head? You know, when you had space,
I don't really know what was going through my head. All sorts of things. I think the biggest thing is like, you know, be fast, be smooth. Don't get caught out by the slick stuff. You know, don't do anything stupid because you know there go your potential title hopes right there.
So you've had a phenomenal season, but you've noted that your Euro trips have been not the best. Was this a little bit of a redemption and a shot for you to really prove?
In a sense, so I went over to Europe during the November block, and I won 2 Dutch national races in Hilversum and Lieshout, and that was a great experience because we were battling with a couple of Euro guys. But when Zevin and Flandrian Cross and Hamek came around, I had 2 days with back issues and mechanical issues, which is really sucky to have that happen on the 2 biggest days of the trip. But that kind of just motivated me more. Once I got home, I did a couple local races, or a few local races, and just put in the work, all that training. And
then finally, it seems like it's kind of an every other year tradition for you to do really well at Nationals. Is that a thing? Are we looking to fix that next year?
I hope not, because that means my first year as a U23 might go really bad. So hopefully it just keeps getting better from now on.
Cool. And then finally, Ben, anyone you want to thank here today?
Like the biggest people would be my parents. You know, they've been supporting me from day one, and this is the first time my dad has been to a national championship. That's the second time my mom has been here, and you know, besides them, the rest of my family, you know, guys like Chris McGovern, my coach, he pushes me to my best, keeps me honest. You know, the top club program, all those guys. It's just it takes a village. And I could probably spend an hour naming every single person, but
Instagram. You can do it on Instagram or Facebook later.
Yeah, I'll have an essay on there.
Was that your dad that you were hugging at the finish line?
Yeah. Well, I think I hugged Chris first, and then my sister and my dad.
So a pretty special moment for you, huh?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's good to win like a local national championship race.
There you go, local national championship. We'll see what happens with McTubbin here later on.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
And Lance. So cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Ben.
Thanks, Zach.